Hello and welcome to a special on-location podcast of Let's Talk Corinth. Today we are at the Commons at Agora. It's our new meeting and central community event center here in the city of Corinth. And with us today we've got Melissa Dolan, our Parks Manager, and we've got Glenn Barker, our Director of Public Works. And we're going to ask them a lot of questions and show you around. So Agora is our central gathering place here in the city of Corinth. As you can see, we are right across from City Hall. We're actually standing on the stage where we're going to be having a lot of events and a lot of festivals. A lot of things that you've seen us do at the public parks, we're going to be doing here at the Commons at Agora. It also serves as the activation site for all of our central downtown businesses and restaurants. And again, a place for all of us to come and be together as a community. So before we get started with the tour, we're going to ask Melissa Dolan, our Parks Manager, what kind of events are we going to have going on here at the Commons at Agora?
Absolutely. We've got about 15 events planned for 2024, starting off with our grand opening March 16th with our Shamrock Rock and Roll event. In addition to that, we've got movies in the parks, we've got summer concert series, we've got traditional events such as Easter, Christmas tree lightings, and some really cool kids-only events.
So movies in the park, we're going to have a huge movie screen here?
Looks like it.
And this is going to be grass?
Yes, this is going to be our great lawn out here where people can sit and gather and watch everything and listen to the music.
Wonderful, thank you.
Absolutely.
So Glenn, we just heard Melissa Dolan describe to us some of the things that's going to be happening here.
Yep.
We're standing on a huge, unbelievable stage and center behind us. Why don't you explain a little bit to us what we have going on here?
Well, it's a 12-member stage, and in front to accommodate larger bands, we added concrete so we could accommodate the larger bands there. And in the back, we'll have a green room. We'll have the changing room or restroom for the artists. We'll also have storage and electrical and public restrooms behind the stage.
So any band pretty much that we have that's normally come to the city of Corinth to do an event would love. I mean, this is bigger than the normal stages that we've had at Pumpkin Palooza.
Definitely. And with the concrete in front, we'll be able to do orchestras and those type of things.
Oh, wow. So Glenn, my understanding is we also have a wonderful spot for food trucks to come in and keep all of us fed and hydrated. Do you mind giving us a tour of that area real quick?
Let's go.
All right. All right, so here we are, Melissa. We are in the food truck section. So all of this over here, my understanding is food trucks.
Food trucks over here, and we'll have some
And
food
trucks over there, and we'll get a shot of that.
Yep.
And then behind us is what?
That's going to be the food court area, where we're going to have tables and shade structures for people to sit and enjoy all the delicious food they got.
And the playground's over there.
And the playground's going to be behind that, so parents can get their food, watch their kids in the playground, and be great.
So if I'm a food truck vendor, what can I expect to see when I pull my food truck up out here?
So what's cool about these food trucks that we designed, and when we were doing the design process of thinking things through, is historically they've had those loud generators that are so loud, and they have that odor smell to them. Here they'll be able to plug straight in with no smell and nothing to bothersome to the customers.
So it'll be nice and peaceful and quiet.
Absolutely.
Easy for our business community with food trucks to come in, plug in. There should be no excuse why on our big events we don't have this place full of yummy food.
Absolutely.
So Glenn, we've moved just a little bit further down. We are now well within the pedestrian walkway. And right behind us is going to be something special. You want to describe to us what it is?
It's going to be the splash pad for the community. It'll have 9 nozzles, benches around it for families to sit down, their kids play in the water. It'll also be programmable with lights and maybe with the music and everything too.
So when we have events going on, like let's say it's a band,
yes,
you'll be able to program, if they've got lights programmed, the splash pad will be a participant in the events?
Yes, if the band's able to coordinate
Sure.
those things, yes.
Very cool. So I've got young kids, so this will be a place for me to come and bring my 9-year-old, for instance, and I have a place to sit, I have a place to eat, I have a place to shop, and I can watch my kiddo play with her friends in the water.
Yes, sir.
Very cool, thank you. So Glenn, this brings up a good question. Water is a very valuable resource here in North Texas. How are we supplying the water for this splash pad?
So the splash pad is a pass-through system. So the spent water will actually go to the rain harvest for irrigation of the Great Lawn.
Okay, so water comes in through the system and it's drinking water essentially.
Yes.
The drains will be pumped into our water storage, the rain harvesting, and used to water the lawn at a later point.
Yes, sir. Water conservation.
Wonderful. So Melissa, we have migrated from the place where people walk back and forth. We've talked about the splash pad, which is just this direction. And now we're standing in front of what is going to be the new biggest playground in Corinth. You want to give us some details on that?
Yeah, like you said, it's going to be the tallest playground in Corinth. It's going to have a couple slides that are going to be actually pretty tall. It's going to have swings. And what's cool about this one, unlike our other playgrounds, is it's going to have poured-in-place rubber. So all of our other playgrounds have like a rubber mulch. This is going to be in place, can't take it home. It's going to be here, a nice soft place to land.
So the advantage is very low maintenance.
Low maintenance,
The
you got it.
disadvantage is when you guys have all of us out to, you know, put the mulch everywhere. I love those events, the community
builds,
the
yep.
community builds. So we won't need to be doing that here at this place.
Not at this playground. No,
So
sir.
explain to me also some of the special needs features of this park.
Absolutely. So we definitely heard from the community wanting some special need things here. So here we've got a disc that special needs can get on. Anyone can get on. We've got some special needs swings. It'll be a great place.
So what else do we have going on with this playground?
Absolutely. It's going to be huge. It's great. We've got ropes courses. We've got places for kids to climb, jump, do all sorts of things.
So ropes courses meaning like Ninja Warrior?
No, not quite like Ninja Warrior. Just have different options. They're called transition points to get from one place to the next place. They can climb a rope to get over there.
I got you. And just wanted, because we're able to look out like this, we are within 50 to 100 feet of the food court.
Right.
50 to 100 feet of the splash pad.
Right.
And then the place where we can sit and watch our kids and enjoy the food is like right here.
There. That was kind of the thought process during the design, is have place for parents to sit and watch their kids and enjoy themselves as well.
So Melissa, we're here in the morning, and obviously these huge trees are providing a substantial amount of shade. What are we going to do in the middle of the heat of the day?
Yes, we've got natural shade covering in the morning, and in the afternoon, some of this parts of the playground will have shade over them to try to keep everyone cool in these hot Texas summers.
So Melissa, I see that we've got a huge concrete thing behind us. Is the playground going to be built up to that edge?
No, so this is what's a retaining wall.
Okay.
And behind the retaining wall is a natural creek area.
What's that built over the creek area in the back?
That's the boardwalk that goes over it.
Do you mind showing us some of the boardwalk?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. So Glenn, we were just talking with Melissa. We were just on the other side of that retaining wall looking back this direction. And already I can see we are standing on a beautiful boardwalk, which I've got some questions for you about. But I also see that there's some space back here. What are we going to do back over here?
So this area here will actually be accessible. We'll put stairs off the retaining wall and a picnic area and those type of things. So it'll be usable space for families.
Okay, and we're standing on what appears to be a mini stage. What are we doing here?
This is actually an outlook spot, so you can actually see the playground from here and the stage from here.
So do we put furniture? Is there picnic tables? Like, what does this look like?
This will actually have a bench or something like that in that area,
And so the boardwalk starts from over here. My guess is it goes on the other side of whatever this wall is.
That's a retaining wall as well.
That's another retaining wall, but my question is, the boardwalk passes it or does it stop?
It actually stops at the retaining wall,
Okay.
which connects to the sidewalk around Agora and to the Katy Trail.
And the Katy Trail. So all this is going to kind of be interconnected.
Yes, sir.
And so the other thing I notice is when we go back this direction, the boardwalk crosses over this beautiful creek. Is this creek staying?
Yeah, the creek is staying. It's natural.
Wonderful. So when we go all the way down the boardwalk, that leads back to the big grass area?
The Great Lawn, yes, sir.
Can we go take a look at that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So Glenn and Melissa, we are here at the end of the boardwalk, and behind me is going to be the Great Lawn. So Melissa, it appears from my perspective that no matter where we're at in this park, we can see the big stage. Is that a design feature?
Absolutely. Anywhere you are in the park, you'll be able to see it and you'll be able to hear it. There'll be speakers throughout the entire park.
Hold on a second. There's going to be speakers like in the trees on the walkway, so I'll be able to hear the music.
Yep, they'll be mounted on light poles everywhere.
So if I decide to come here with my family and sit either here or in that other little cutout, I'll be able to hear the music just fine.
Absolutely. Whether you're sitting on the Great Lawn or playing on the playground, you'll be able to hear the music.
Very cool.
Absolutely, it's cool.
And so Glenn, the other thing that I heard is that all of these trees are going to include some sort of light.
Yes, so the trees will have lighting for display year round.
So we'll have lights. Typically I see the lights at the bottom of the tree shining up into the canopy, which gives kind of a nice diffused light to all of this area. That's what we're planning?
Yes, sir. And the boardwalk will also have lighting.
Like path lights, probably.
Yes.
Very nice. So Glenn, my assumption is when we have larger events, we're going to need to do something to help manage stuff. Do we have ideas for that?
Yes, so we actually put in bollards for the roadway, so we could actually shut down the roads for larger events. We could shut down all of Main Street, or we could just shut down Agora Way.
And so the roads that we would be shutting down are roads directly within Agora.
Definitely.
So it's not going to affect the neighbors. We're not shutting down their roads.
No, even traffic control will still be able to go through North Corinth Street. So the area still will flow. We'll just shut down the internal streets.
And that will allow us to bring in like our bounce houses and stuff that we want to see in some of our larger events.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. So Glenn, thank you for the update. Melissa, thank you for being here today. For everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Corinth. As you can see, there's a lot of very fun, interesting things going on. I feel very blessed to be able to be here during construction to show you what all of this is going to be about. So please leave a comment on things that you want to see in future episodes. And until then, let's talk Corinth.